Happy Father's Day from Omaha, Nebraska. And where better to spend it than with our nation's pastime. And in America's heartland at the College World Series, where this year thrillers are the norm. And tonight the stage is set for a high-octane tussle. Number 4 North Carolina, the comeback kids clashing with number 1 Tennessee, who engineered a massive comeback of its own on Friday. Well, on the edge at 96, and that looks good out of the gates from Drew Beam.
Ball over the wide of the plate.
We'll see Shea Sprague counter for Carolina. Swing and a miss. 95 from Drew Beam, locked in to start. Presumptive number 1 pick Charlie Condon. On the ground sharply at second, and Christian Moore. And defended as well, but Burke was off the bag. Harbor's on.
There was definitely a period of time as you see Moore slip. As he recovers, the ball kind of sails up the line on him. See, Burke is on. I think he's on at the beginning. Then he's off.
I think he's out.
Yeah.
After review, the safe call at first base will be overturned to out. Tennessee retains its challenge and still has 2 remaining for the game.
Postseason at 117 miles an hour.
Sharply on the ground, Wilkerson from his knees. Whoa! 115 off the bat. Ninth pitch is cut on and missed. Pretty good changeup, and 4 in a row.
Big statement to his own dugout because Beam certainly looked razor sharp. Now Sprague has a chance to do the same here.
And Amick went around. Shea Sprague fans 2 after defensive brilliance from Colby.
Oh, in the College World Series.
0-2. And D'Onofrio lifts it to center. Hunter Ensley bolts back on the move. Whoa! And makes the catch! Somehow hung on. Man. Allowed first out, and now Gavin Gallagher sends one at Ensley again. And this
boring.
Being your mark.
Yes.
On
the ground gently at Christian Moore. Handles. What did we say about the 2 best defensive teams? In Victor Friend, sounds like. That's down, and Shea Sprague, normally so good with his command issues, the leadoff walk to Dylan Dreiling. This is pulled to Gavin Gallagher. Trying to turn it into 2 on Dreiling.
Very tough throw, but he had him. Dreiling had already crossed over.
1-1. On the ground, up the middle, and Wilkerson in the shift. That's his only play to first. 2 gone.
More room inside if you wanted to go fastball in. Here looks like a change.
And it's hit skyward to right center. Anthony D'Onofrio ends the inning. No score through 2. The camera scoreless to the 3rd. Drew Beams only needed 16 pitches. And he gets Jackson Vanderbrink, captain, stepping into the starting lineup today to pop out to Billy Amick on the first pitch of the 3rd. Of the season and hasn't looked back. Up the middle, and Dean Curley. 2 pitches, 2 outs, and clearly the book was be aggressive against Drew Beam.
I do. It's a great way to jumpstart your day.
Interesting.
Yep. I've influenced Kyle in that.
Swing and a miss.
Told you
95.
Like that.
This is skied by Chapman to right. To Anthony D'Onofrio. Hangs with it. What a way. Game 5. You got 10 in your 9-hole. Swing and a miss. Shea Sprague is dealing as well his first time through. It's of Christian Moore. On a line to center. Advance Honeycutts. 1, 2, 3. A star and Moore. And a star advance Honeycutt will lead off in the 4th with no score in Omaha.
Very innocent.
Mom, by the way, ran track and field at Carolina. Honeycutt can bunt, but it's right back at Drew Beam, who's got 10 outs on 22 pitches.
2% strikes so far.
Now that is good math. Swing and a miss.
Just went north.
A fourth strikeout for Drew Beam.
Bit of it too is how's it going? Like, we've been super aggressive. How's that going?
Parks Harbor floats one behind second and dunks it down a base hit. First hit for either side in this ball game comes in the fourth inning.
Old talented offenses.
See the most among active SEC pitchers. Runner goes and it's cut out and missed. And Drew Beam exults. Down one before the season, one mid-season. Jake Knapp and Folger Boaz up the ladder, and this is dumped into left field by Blake Bird.
Chariots of fire.
Yep.
Strike three called. Billy Amick goes down looking at a pitch up.
It was there.
Impressive length in this lineup. On both sides, that's true. 3-2 is high. 2 walks issued by Shea Sprague, and they're both
To get off the bat right now. I mean, they're getting a piece of it, but they're not squaring it up.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Came back foot to strike out Ensley for out number 2. Tears ropes one into right. Back toward the wall. Gone! Happy Father's Day.
Off Sprague, much more of a struggle, falling behind a lot of hitters, and that's another changeup up, guys. That's a changeup right around the waist that Kavares Tears just does not miss. A couple hits the other night and stays red hot with a rocket.
Dry cleaned in the process.
3-2, and that is strike 3 called. 3 Ks in the inning, but 3 runs as well on one swing. A 1-2 pitch to Gavin Gallagher is bounced left side at Billy Amick on the money.
He's on it.
Last year here in Omaha against LSU, the eventual national champs, of course, 1 earned in 5 2/3. Issues a 1-out walk to Luke Stevenson in the first. Be ready. He doubled on Friday, now making Drew Beam work here on Sunday. 3-2 is high and he walks. 2 on for North Carolina with 1 out in the 5th, down by 3. 2-2 is strike 3 called. 2 gone. 7 and then 5. 13 in the 4th. And a strikeout to end the 5th.
Of that right hamstring. So, like Tony said, once the adrenaline wore off, we felt it.
Reese Chapman obliterates that baseball. 4-zip.
Reese Chapman being in the lineup is called a head coach playing a hunch. How about 1 for 14 with 8 strikeouts in the postseason up to that point? Left on left, but he gets another hanging changeup, and that is the 2nd home run we've seen in the last 3 hitters on hanging changeup, and a no-doubter off the bat of Reese Chapman as the Vols continue to flex their muscle now with a couple long ones here over the last few hitters.
177 home runs for the #1 team in the country.
On the lower edge.
Swing and a miss. No issue for Matty Mateus, and there's 1 gone in the home 5th. That is off the end of the bat to right, if you'll grant me that.
Yeah, that was 78.
Okay. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Fully off the end of the bat.
That's what looking at me again.
Yeah. What's up with this dude?
On a line to center, Honeycutt can cover some ground, and he runs it down.
Don't hit it there.
No.
Unless you plan on covering.
I meant if it's white and moving, he's
He's
gonna
swinging.
go after it. He's been doing that so far tonight.
And Drew Beam is still waiting. Runner goes, it's down and got away from Stevenson. Or thought about third, stops there. Stevenson in the air toward right. At Anthony D'Onofrio to end the inning. 1-2. Honeycutt pulls it. Left field. No doubt for Vance Honeycutt.
That was the cutters that don't cut.
Upper tank. Especially when that dude's up to bat. You talk about a much-needed momentum swing right there, and Vance Honeycutt stays red hot. Now his 5th home run in the postseason. That's a hanging cutter that stays right down Broadway, and a bat path that just has natural loft to it. When he's on time and on target, that ball has no place to go but out of the yard, and Dylan Dreiling barely gave that a courtesy jog.
And now Casey Cook smacks one into right center field, a base hit. 3rd time through, Drew Beam has really run into some trouble this season. Man aboard, nobody out, 2-2. And Harbor pulls it on a hop at third at Amick. And there's 2 on. He has a flyout and a strikeout so far and gets a roller up the middle, add more. Flip to the bag, and that's it for the first down. Supplied major moments on this joyride for comeback Carolina. They've got D'Onofrio, who is speedy. The throw, the tag. They got him. 2 down. Two. Swing and a miss. Tennessee dodges danger. So Colby Backus on deck. Sky to center. Vance Honeycutt. One away.
Got to start last time. Cannon Peebles had a walk that was kind of lost in the shuffle the other night. Now you're seeing Backus. Like that's a short list of some of the guys they think can impact it. And you are.
Runner bluffs, and this one gets past Luke Stevenson. Backus at second in scoring position as Tennessee hunts for insurance. Taught him the way early on when there was some frustration. 2 years later, he is locked in Omaha. Strikes out looking on 95.
Really good spot. That's at least a 1-run game.
Bouncing ball up the middle and a base hit, Dean Curley. Backus scores and the lead is 4.
With that pitch, that somebody will put it in play and good things will happen.
Man aboard for Reese Chapman. Squares, runner goes. Stevenson throw. Got it. Dean Curley asked Grady. They will.
He got stuck here a little bit. You see the arms get a little stuck as he's trying to get to the base. I think he's out.
Yeah, I got it.
Hand not quite to the base yet. Glove arrives on the forearm, and just looked like Curley got stuck a little bit in the dirt.
You will here.
After review, the out call at second base is confirmed. Tennessee has used its first challenge for the game.
It doesn't, so 1 left for Tennessee these last few innings. 5-1, the Vols lead on the heels.
The College World Series experience is so coveted by so many of the game's top prospects. And yes, the opportunity to play pro ball in a certain...
It just keeps getting better.
Jackson Vanderbrake sprays one to right at Kavar's tier.
I just think the process of going through the college experience.
The angle down. It's a little bit different than the Marina Del Rey Marriott we were on.
Madera beats it out, and he's on with a 2-out infield single, beating the throw from Dean Curley. Pads for North Carolina down 4. 1-2 pitch. Wilkerson drives this one to right, and Kavares Tears has it. Inning over. Sun setting in Omaha.
But more than that, I mean, there was a few the other day that weren't errors that
Ball 4.
definitely acted as that.
Leadoff walk. Gas up the ladder at 95 on the 9th pitch, and Cam Patchett strikes out Cal Stark for the first out. Off the end of the bat to short. Wilkerson flips. Madera turns. That's 2. Much needed for Cam Patchett and North Carolina. They're down by 4. Top of the lineup on the way. Here he is now 2 years later.
Ball 4.
And he walks to lead off the 8th inning. Berkey, you said it. When you've had so many comebacks, you facing Nate Snead. Bouncing ball up the middle. Curley for 2. Hit! So you wipe the bases clean. 2 down, and now Parks Harbor. First pitch swinging right at Curley. And just like that, the threat is over.
Was the fun.
Ball.
That's down.
Here we go.
Yes, he went around. And Blake Burke, who now like 3 or 4 times in these 2 games has had very competitive check swings.
Ball 4.
4-pitch walk, Amick's on. For Stamos, it was 8 pitches as the opener. And then Tony Vitello was sharply hit right field, base hit, Dylan Dreiling. 2 off. Boy, he's looked good.
He really has.
Against comeback crazed Carolina. Strike 3 calls. For those of you that just watched the Red Sox beat the Yankees, glad you flipped over to this.
Interesting perspective.
He said, I don't think it's a coincidence. It's pulled down the right field line, a fair ball for Kavares Tears. Amick scores, and Kavares Tears stays high.
Anytime, you sir, I got you.
We got some sort of.
This one in the air toward left at Casey Cook. Inning over. Tennessee by 5. North Carolina's had comebacks in them. What do they got today? As Anthony D'Onofrio grounds one at Christian Moore. Wow!
May see that one a few more times tonight.
That was kind of smooth on both ends.
3-2. Gallagher pops it up. Left side of the diamond at the shortstop, Dean Curley. 2 go. Dials up here. On a payoff pitch. Up high, ball 4 at 97. So man is on for North Carolina. It's top 9. 2-1 on Jackson Vanderbrake. In the air, center field at Backus. And Tennessee is 2-0 to start out in Omaha for the first time.
It's kind of been their path all year. Long ball to them today. That gets 4 of the 6 runs. Pitching staff has been efficient. They've been one of the best in the entire country. You get 5+ from Drew Beam and then 2 each from Kirby Connell and Nate Snead. A workmanlike night